Hey guys, so I picked up a new power washer. It's the RYOBI 2000 PSI. It's 1.2 gallons per minute. Brushless electric power washer. And this has pressure plus technology. It's supposed to deliver maximum cleaning power. I picked this one up at Home Depot. I really wanted a 2000 plus PSI power washer electric, but they had three in stock: the 17, the 2000, and some tiny one. So this is the one I ended up getting, and the reason I didn't order one is because I needed it today. I had the 1700 PSI RYOBI electric power washer that I bought 2 years ago. I use it to clean decks, driveways, fences, vehicles, you name it. It's done a pretty good job, but my wife was cleaning our trash cans, our used trash cans for our garbage company before we could label them and get them delivered to customers. And the sprayer wouldn't shut off when you let off the handle. So then it started leaking the same day. So instead of just buying a new handle, I went and got this power washer. It has a reel for the hose, still buckets in the front. I didn't really like the 1700 PSI one due to the hose storage, which wasn't a huge deal. It wasn't a deal breaker, but the soap dispenser didn't work great and it leaked a lot. This one you can actually take the soap dispenser off and hook up some other components to it. So we're gonna unbox this and assemble it and then put it to work. So we've got our standard RYOBI 25-foot hose. If this reel will accommodate 25 more feet, I will add 25 feet due to the deck jobs I do. We've got our plastic spray gun, which is this is the sprayer nozzle I had from the original one that quit working. So they're very similar, and I might actually change this out for a better sprayer because I'm going to sell my other power washer to a contractor. My other contractor is going to be used by some of my guys, so I might put this sprayer on it and let them use it and get a better one for this higher PSI pressure washer. So you've got your lower part of your wand. Removable soap dispenser with your hose. Two wheels, and these are plastic wheels with a mold to make it look like it's got grip with rubber. They probably have some kind of rubber coating, but they definitely have the weight of plastic. Packing material. Here's the metal end of our spray wand. Our old wand was plastic up here. Got our nozzles, some pins, instructions. That's our accessory package. There's our handle. Nozzle storage. here's the main unit. All right, so let's go ahead and get this assembled. First, we've got the power cord wedged in the back here. We're gonna go ahead and just pull that, get it out of the way. And then, so I'm just gonna take some channel locks, Phillips head screwdriver. So we're gonna take our wheel, one of these cotter pin bolts, put in there, slide that through, take one of these funky cotter pins, and it's gonna go, you've got a loop on the outside of the straight pin. We want the loop facing inside the frame, and it'll lock right over. Do the other wheel, same way. Now we're going to do the soap bucket. So the soap bucket's just going to go on the front. There's bolts already in place, Allen bolts. You're just going to slip it on, push it down. It's on there. And then you can take an Allen wrench and tighten them down, or a pair of pliers. It's just going to be snug. I'm just going to use a pair of channel locks. And it's not very So you can't really tighten down these Allen bolts. When they say it's removable, that's why, because it literally just pops on and off. It's not meant to stay on there permanently. So that's how it goes on. And then you can connect this hose for your soap bucket to this brass nipple right back here. And it just slides on. Now your soap bucket's hooked up. And this hose doesn't come with any kind of crimp or hose clamp. It's just on there. The brass barbs on the fitting are holding it in place. Let's go ahead and do the handle. So for the handle, you've got your two locking buttons. Just gonna slide it in place, and then press in on the button and slide it down a little bit. Don't pinch your fingers. So that's done, easy enough. Now we've got our wand storage bracket, and it goes on one way. You've got a rubber grommet and then an actual hole for your one Phillips head screw you get with this thing. So there's your screw hole. Here's your rubber grommet. You've got just a hole right here that goes into the frame of the handle, and then you have a threaded insert. So the rubber piece is going to go into the hole. So you have the hole for your bracket lined up with the threaded hole. We're going to put that Phillips head screw in there. tighten her down. And then just so these aren't rolling around on the ground, we've got our soap sprayer nozzle. This is our 15-degree nozzle and our turbo nozzle for concrete, driveways, sidewalks. This is fences, decks, what have you. And this one just sprays soap. Then we're going to take our sprayer. You've got a quick neck coupling on one end of the wand. The other end has this thread protector on it. Just going to take that off. In the end of the wand, you've got a rubber seal that inserts into the wand, and then it's going to thread on. Then we're going to leave this thread protector on until we're ready to do the next part. Then we're going to take our high pressure hose. We're going to take our high pressure hose and we're going to connect it to the power washer. So there's a brass fitting right underneath your cord storage, and it's got a thread protector on it. Take the thread protector off. All these power washer fittings are going to have a rubber seal that goes into the threaded fitting, and then you'll thread on your piece of equipment. So all this thread is doing is holding the two pieces together, but that seal's what's keeping it from leaking. So we're going to hand tighten that. I don't like that at all. So the way this is supposed to work, you've got your two ends here. You've got a clip on each side of this reel. This is the end of the hose. It's supposed to clip into the hose reel, and then it goes over and under to these spots here just to keep it lined up. And then you would start reeling it in. And then when you get to the end of the hose, you go under, over, under, and clip the other end of your power washer hose into that clip. Here's the problem with that. So I was expecting this to work like a garden hose reel, where one end stay connected to the machine, and then you would unconnect your sprayer wand and reel in the hose, which is fine because I put quick disconnects on my wand in one end of the hose. So I only have to disconnect one end of my power washer. On this one, they want you to unhook both ends every time you use this and hook them back up. You're going to wear out your gaskets, and it's going to be a pain in the butt. I guess if you don't use it very often, it wouldn't be a big deal. This would probably work for your average homeowner. I'm probably going to return this because it's not going to work for my needs. And then I will order the higher PSI one. How disappointing is that? So here's what I'm gonna do for this. Just to try out this power washer, I'm not gonna use this line because I already have a 25-foot cord, and I have quick disconnects that I bought for it. That way it can rotate. If my hose gets tangled, I can rotate my wand. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our power washer wand, remove your thread protector, and then I'm going to thread in my quick connect fitting on this new wand. And then what you would do, you would take one end of your hose, connect it to this brass fitting underneath, and you insert the hose first with your fitting, and then it's going to thread on. So now we have our hose. We have our hose, we have our wand, our quick disconnects. We can put it on there. The hose gets twisted. You can turn your wand independently of your hose and unkink it without having to twist this thing all around. So there's that part of it. We're just going to use my old hose and see how this works. And then your garden hose is going to hook up right here, but we got this thing. The soap bucket doesn't even want to stay on this. So your garden hose, wow, what a terrible design. Your garden hose is going to connect into the side of the unit right here. And you just put that up there and thread it on, and then it should be good to go. So we'll see how this thing works. And then we've got the power cord that came with it with the built-in GFI. That way if you get water around your power connection, it'll trip this and keep you from getting electrocuted, hopefully. So let's try this out. Hey guys, so I just wanted to do an update before I publish this video. When I started using this power washer, it works fine for a couple seconds. Then at the minute mark in the video, 18 minutes, 30 seconds, it starts messing up. It loses pressure and it keeps trying to prime itself. This goes on for a while. When it finally does start working again, I'm able to use it for about 5.5, 6 hours, and it does it about 3 more times. The next day, I went to use it again, and it did the same thing. I was able to get it going after about 20 minutes of messing around with trying to get it to pressurize. The third day I went to use it, the motor wouldn't turn. It tripped the breaker in my house like 4 times. I couldn't get it to unseize. And yeah, it was terrible. I ended up getting my old pressure washer back out and using it. But I have since returned that power washer and ordered the new one. I will tell you this, they sell that 2000 PSI power washer refurbished, and the reviews on it are terrible. I don't recommend you buy it. Get the 1700 or the next step up. That's just my opinion. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.